Hi, how are you? Welcome. Thanks for joining me. I'm so happy to have you here. I have a new Snoopy transfer, y'all. I got all of my Peanuts stuff in, and I'm super excited about it. So come hang out with me. I have all the cutouts ready to go. I cut a bunch of stuff today when I got off work, and just in preparation for the next week or two. But I have Snoopy projects coming. So I went ahead, I pre-painted this, just one coat so far. We will do one more coat of white, but while that dries, I want to go ahead and paint this other, this is the chubby square. It's the 9x9 square. Keyword is Snoopy, by the way. I am going to wipe this off though because it's a little bit dusty. Sometimes these are a little dusty with like a white dust, and I don't like it. So, hey Sam, how are you? Thanks for joining me, doll. Alright. I'm going to just wipe it down on the front, all the four sides and the back, so that it's not so, I don't know. It's just me. It's a sensory thing for me. I just don't like anything that's like dry dust. Y'all, some people like can work with clay and stuff like that. I absolutely could never. Okay, I'd have to wear gloves because it would make my skin just crawl. I had a paintbrush. It's here. I found it. All right, so I have my three blue colors. This is Provincial Blue and Waverly Dusk, okay? And then also I have this other one that's darker. It's called Nautical, okay? Now, we got to make a snow scene here, okay? So I'm going to begin first, and I'm just going to make like a white, like, just line right here, okay? Just so that I know that's kind of my ending point for where my background's going to be, okay? So get that on there. I just use this. It's fine. I'll have to grab another one in a second. But I'm going to start with the darkest blue. And I want this to be kind of like swirled, okay? He's in a snowy situation here. Sledding down a hill, okay? Or up, yeah, down a hill. He's going to be going down, obviously. Obviously, he's going down the hill. Okay, so I'm going to just roughly map out that darkest blue on here. We'll fill in all the gaps, okay? And then with my middle color blue, I'm going to grab that one and get that on here. And as you can see, I'm kind of like making this kind of like messy looking because it's windy. We're up on a mountain, okay? We're sledding down a slope, right? So there's going to be a little bit of wind whipping around, and I'm just layering these blues, okay? I don't want it to just be a single color. As usual, y'all know me by now, okay? I can't be doing just a single color ever on a background. It's just too boring. And you can't really mess this up, so just go for it, okay? I encourage you to try, all right? I have no idea what I'm doing, but we've all seen a sky, right? And seen what it looks like in kind of wintry, blustery weather. We've seen what a sunset looks like. Hey, Autumn, how are you? Hey, Steph. Hi, Vicky. How are you, ladies? So if, oh my gosh, y'all, I have paint on my shirt. I thought it was something I was dusting off of it. It's not. It's paint. It's fine. Whatever. So this is that dust color, okay? Now we're going to come in with that, and I'm just going to, I wanted to kind of swirl this, okay? And make it like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. I was almost thinking kind of like the Starry Night swirls. Y'all know what I'm talking about? I don't know if that's going to work out for me. but we're going to try. We're going to give it a go. And I'm literally just not really caring, you know, about any of it. Just kind of layering it on. Make it look like it's kind of crazy in the background, okay? You don't have to have any talent. Just know what a sky looks like. And you and I all know what a sky looks like. Literally just like that. And we left space at the bottom for the white for our snow mound, okay? Now, I didn't think about this, but I do need a second brush. I'm going to set this to the side just for a second and go back and paint my Snoopy one more time with some more white and just reinforce this background, and then we'll come back and we'll get the snow here, okay, while this dries. Because I want to use my white for my snow. We're going to use the sea spray from Dixie Belle to make a snow, and I am confident, which is funny because I don't have a clue what I'm doing, but I have an idea in here, okay? So hopefully we can bring it to life together, okay? And if not, then just don't do what I do, okay? But you can still get the cutout and do it better than me, I'm sure, okay? Hopefully it will be cute, though. I think it will be. So you can comment Snoopy on this post. Grab this cutout. It is not on my Etsy. I do not ever list Peanuts stuff on my Etsy because it is trademarked and I cannot do that or else I'll get my shop shut down. So you're welcome to buy from me. I do have it listed on my website. I just can't put it on Etsy. All right. And I do intend to load up the other ones. I have a lot of them cut from earlier today. I cut a bunch of them because I have projects planned. So be looking out for those in the next week, okay? I want to do like a whole like winter Snoopy theme or like winter Charlie Brown theme. All right, so there's that. That's pretty good. I'm going to find somewhere that I can balance that. And then we can move back over here with my situation. So this is my palette, okay? I'm just going to put a lot of white paint here, all right? And then I'm going to get my sea spray. This stuff, is it working? Okay, good. Is from Dixie Belle. It's a texture additive, okay? And so basically what this is going to do is we're going to put this in a bunch of paint, and then we're going to mix it up really well. And I'm going to use a lot, okay? Which is why I needed a lot of paint for this. Hopefully I think that'll do it. All right, let's see if we can't mix this up with the brush and not dirty up another tool. I might need more paint than this. Oh gosh. And if you don't flick it all over the page, then you're doing something wrong because apparently that's required. Yeah, I'm going to need more paint for this to get that all mixed in. Now, I want this to be really thick, okay, which is why I use so much of that, because I want it to be a textured snow at the bottom that's like a completely different texture. Okay, so there's that, and I think we're good to go. So now I'm going to take that and I'm not even going to paint it on. I'm going to just kind of lump it on there, okay? Because it's going to be textured. It's going to be thick. And so I'm just kind of putting that right here. And I'm even tempted to use some of this in smaller drops to make my snow effect that I like to do in the background. We're going to give that a try too, because I dropped some on here and that, I think it looks pretty good. I'm happy about it. I also, while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to go ahead and heat up my hot glue gun because I might need that in addition to my regular glue that I use, my stick fast, to glue this on. Since this is kind of high texture, I don't want to, I don't think stick fast is gonna work very well. I need a thicker glue, I think. Okay, this is good. Now, okay, well, that wasn't exactly what I wanted, but I've got sea spray on here still. Oh God. I'm getting paint all over me. I got it on my neck right here. It's fine. These are the hazards of the job, okay? All right. It's fine. Good enough. Now, I'm a mess, so let's get ourselves cleaned up a little bit. And I'm going to set this to the side, and then I need to grab my glue gun. And then we can get this show on the road, okay? Of course I wasn't prepared. I didn't think about this until just a second ago whenever I mentioned it. But I'm glad I thought about it now before I got to the point where I actually needed it, and then I have to heat it up and all that business, and that's just aggravating. Now, put that back over there, and we've got our little Snoopy. He's not quite dry, so let's get him dried up, and then all right, I think we're good. Now, we do need a wax, all right? Now, we're going to do the thing where we have to have an outline because I do want to color his hat in, and our little buddies on here, we need to color him in. Woodstock is definitely going to have to be yellow, okay? So, we can't avoid it. So that's going to have to happen. Now, this is the transfer we're using. Look how cute he is. Can we remove this from the way so I don't end up with that all over me? All right. We will probably have to clean the transfer though, sadly, too. All right. But it'll be fine. We can do this together. Hi, Amy. How are you? Thanks for joining me. You can comment the word Snoopy to grab this cutout and the stuff that I'm using tonight from my website. I've got a big old hunk of something on here. All right. That's probably good. I don't know. No. Oops. Now again, we've got to start with an outline, okay? I know, I love Snoopy too. He's my favorite. Him and Clifford are my favorite cartoon dogs ever to have ever existed in my lifetime. And of course I love Woodstock too, so this is just perfect. We're going to use vanilla again tonight, okay? Y'all saw me do it last night, but tonight I have markers. I'm not going to attempt to paint this because I know my skill set. And, you know, I did okay last night. Shockingly, I surprised myself with being able to paint that one, but I don't want to test my skills, okay? I'm not here to try and like become a painter because I know I'm not. So if you have better skills than I do with painting with a brush, then do it, okay? But for me, a marker works 10 times better, okay? So we're putting on vanilla so that we can get our outline going and understand where the lines are so that we can easily color this thing in. Hi, Cindy. How are you? So in order to get the notification, you have to comment !notify. And remember last night whenever I told y'all that this paste is dry and that I needed to probably throw it away and get a new one? Well, yeah, I should have done that probably because my paste is dry and now here I am complaining about it. Now, I'm going to try and not screw this up. I can't make any promises, okay? But let me see if I can set that right there without it toppling everything in my office over. And then I gotta move that too. All right, now, all to get my dish pad thing, I am gonna wipe some of this paste off of here with a baby wipe though before I start, because this is just gonna clog up my board eraser and then I'm gonna have bigger problems. So but I think I'm gonna go ahead and throw that vanilla paste away so that I don't use it again, because I'm just gonna annoy myself and y'all by continuing. So yeah, so do !notify and don't put a space. Sorry, I know it's aggravating. And then you can also sign up for my secondary notifications that I send every night by commenting the keyword, which is Snoopy, and clicking the link there to get notifications from the message. Okay, and I send 2, but sometimes the Facebook one doesn't work, so I'd rather I'm sorry, I send 2 every night because of that reason. Because there for a while, the Facebook one didn't want to send the !notify. And so to make sure that it was sending, because I never could tell until after my live is over whether it was going to send or not. And I want y'all to get a notification whenever I go live. So I have to make a sacrifice sometimes. Okay. And then I'm going to take my inside of my dirty buzzing cloth, and I'm just going to close that in there and dry it off with the microfiber side, okay? So that I don't add additional fuzz to this transfer before I'm quite ready for it. Yeah, Facebook is weird. It changes all the time. So like probably 2 weeks ago or so I was doing my live, and it was acting like it was a reel, because now they're changing all the lives to reels, which is great, but I couldn't go to the comments on it, which was terrifying because I had to do it, like I had to figure it out while I'm live, and I'm trying not to do that, okay? There you go, Cindy. Perfect. That did it. Okay, we're gonna fuzz this again, okay? And we need to get our little cutout. So as you can see, my paste was super dry. So I have the outlines at least. I know where I want to paint. So I'm going to just do that really quick. We're going to start with this yellow over here. And I see? That's his tail. Start with Woodhouse. And then I'm trying to see, it's kind of hard to tell. He's got such a little body. I think that'll do it for him though. I do want to do a second layer because that marker, I'm just now thinking about it. I think this was one of the markers the kids were using, and you know, that was dangerous business, letting children use my markers. But I love them, so I just had to grin and bear it, you know? Anywho. Alright, and then I'm going to do his hat red. The rest of him I'm going to leave. I'm not going to color anything else besides just the hat, okay? And I'm going to color the entire thing. So we'll start with the outline and then just go from there. Oh gosh. Now, with Posca pins, you do have to be careful. As you could see, I don't know if y'all could see that just now, but you have to like tap it to get more paint out of it. And that can be kind of dangerous because it releases a lot whenever you do that. And it could mess up your project. So you might want to do that in a larger space in the middle or on a plate or something, a color tray, so that you're not, especially if it's a small project, okay? You really got to be careful because it releases a bunch. That's why I like those Artex pins, but I wasn't sure how well the coverage would be on this with the white background, so I just decided to go with the Posca, but next time I may try the Artex pins instead, because they have that brush on them and it's just such a better experience as far as a paint pen. I just like those so much. I know I talk about how much I like them all the time, but it's for real. I love that. Those Artex pens. If you haven't tried them yet, they are amazing. Alright, I did add them to my Amazon link too, by the way. Alright, I'm going to dry our little woodstock over here, and I want to give them one more layer of yellow, just to be sure. Okay. What's weird is that this one's not giving me a whole bunch of paint whenever I hit it on the thing, or like whenever I push it. It's strange. Some of them do it, I guess, and some of them don't. Where they just spit out tons of paint. And it's like a guess on which ways is it going to go today. Is it going to flood my project with paint? Is it not? I don't know. Just got to wait and see. It's a surprise. Okay. Now, dry the whole thing. And then we'll do our outline with the black. And that will set all of this off. I might come back once we Well, I don't know if I'm going to paint his nose or not. I'm considering it. I might want to. But his ears are hidden underneath the hat, so I don't have to worry about ears. I think his nose should be the only black part, I think. I don't know. Now that I'm saying that out loud, I'm not sure, but it'll be fine. So just comment the word Snoopy. It's in the link, in the message, whenever you get the message from me. I can't post them on my Etsy, so I have them on my website instead. And then I was thinking, once this is all said and done, I want to add a little bit of snow to the bottom of the sled, maybe, and possibly a little bit on his head, like he got snowed on, right? Like on the hat. So we may do that. It's up in the air still, okay? And then I'm trying to make sure that this is really, really good and dry before I move on. I do want to wax that just a little bit to be sure. And I'm tempted to, well, that's all right. I was thinking maybe his nose might be a little bit, I don't know if I peeled up a little bit of paste there or paint there or what, but I definitely want to wax. So here's my wax. Hey, Rebecca, how are you? Yeah, no problem, Lori. Anything for you, darling. All right, so just a little bit of wax on Woodstock, on Snoopy's nose, maybe a little bit more on his face right there because it looks like some of the paint may have come up a little bit. And then just a little bit here so that we make sure that we don't peel up any of that paint. All right. And then we're going to fuzz really good again, okay? And we did clean this transfer in between. I used vanilla paste just to get me a very light outline. Y'all can see that, right? And my paste was so dry. It was a mess. So that was the problem, but it's fine. We're good. Okay, I'm going to go one more time just for good luck. All right. And then, oh yeah, this is perfect. And then the great thing about having paint pens available is that if I need to touch this up a little bit, I can do that easily without a whole lot of hassle, which I see on Woodstock. I'm going to definitely need to touch him up a little bit. Just around this tail edge, it was kind of difficult to see where that was exactly. So once we get all of this done, I can just come back with that pen and just very lightly touch it up if I need to. Oh, darn it. I ran out of wipes over here, and I was thinking I would be able to get it by with just like the 2 wipes that I had left, but obviously not. I have a big old box. I bought some from Sam's because I go through it all the time. This is Shimmer Shadow, as usual. It's my favorite black. So now just hit up this entire transfer with shimmer shadow to get that final outline and to solidify this design. And y'all, I think this is absolute perfection. It is so good. And then our background with the square, the chubby square is going to be perfect. It's the 9x9 square that we're using. Okay. And again, if you need the links for anything, if you comment the word Snoopy, you can grab that link and go on the website and grab whatever you need as far as the cutout or the chalk products. All of it is there for you. If you're not yet a Perks member, I don't know why you're waiting. But you should definitely sign up so that you can save money on it. And if you are, then awesome. You can use my link and it'll go right to your Perks membership and you'll get your discount and all that stuff. Okay. All right. Now for our reveal. This is really good. I love Snoopy so much. He's such a cutie. And the friendship with Woodstock is just so wholesome. I love it. It's so great. They're so sweet together. I really love them both. So we're gonna make sure that this is really good and dry. I want to hit up his tail, this little bitty part of his tail that I missed a second ago. And maybe there's like a few little spots on the hat that could be better. I mean, so the thing about Snoopy and Peanuts in general is that the design is retro, right? So it's okay if it's not perfect. It's actually fine, okay? But I am going to just touch this up. It would be fine if I left it just the way it was. But I can't be helped, so let's try that. Isn't it so cute? And just wait, because this is going to come together here in just a second. And you guys are going to freak out whenever you see it all together. I can't wait. I'm excited about it. Okay, so it doesn't look like our snow here is dry quite yet. So let's get this dry. Yeah, so what I ended up doing whenever I lined it back up, I used the lines on his body over here, on Snoopy's body, to line it back up. And it was a little bit difficult for me too. It was a lot easier tonight than it was on that unicorn last night though. That one was really hard. Alright, I don't know that I'm going to be able to get this entire bottom part dry. So, it's dry-ish. But that's okay because I want to add a little bit more anyways to this. So, I'm going to just... Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Oh my gosh, I love it. Alright, so hot glue is coming in. Oh gosh. Well, maybe it is. Hold on. Quickly. Okay. And then just place that right there. Okay. Get it really well pushed down everywhere. And then I do want to add just a little bit of the sea spray with that paint mixture that I have here on his hat. And, you know, I fixed that a second ago, and I didn't even have to because I'm just adding the sea spray up here, so. I'm trying to get the chunkier parts of it. And I'm not painting it, I'm just like setting it on, but oh my gosh, how cute. And then I am going to touch up his nose with a little bit of black, but I think this one's a winner, you guys. Isn't it so cute? No, this is the 9x9 chubby square. It's the thick one. So eventually it will stand up. Okay, I don't want to do it because my stuff is still a little bit wet. So anyways, tell me what you think. I hope you guys love this one so much. I do. Snoopy is my absolute favorite. Isn't he so cute? Anyway, comment Snoopy on this post to grab this for yourself. And I hope y'all have a great night. Thank you for joining me. Good night.